One of the things I really love about the type of work that I do and helping people out is you get to experience all kinds of different vehicles. And yeah, it's cool to experience, you know, the newest, latest, and greatest. Maybe you rent a car or something like that. But then at the same time, what's even more rare than the newest, latest, and greatest cars out there, Cadillacs, Mercedes, whatever you want to call it, platinum, F-150s, whatever your taste is something like this. This is not something that you see every day. This is a 1995 Ram 2500 with the legendary Cummins turbo diesel, and this is the 12 valve. And this truck is just, and I say this in the best possible way, this truck is just a treat. Like, this reminds me of my dad's old 1980 F-150. The way it smells, that old truck smell, the way everything is just like, this is the type of truck that you do not have to worry about what it looks like, if it gets dented, scratched, dinged, if it's dirty. You just don't care. And it's got a manual transmission here, and something interesting I noticed on the ball shifter here is it actually says low, which is first, then your first, second, third, overdrive, and reverse. So is it a 3-speed? Is it a 4-speed? Is it a 4-speed with overdrive? 3-speed with overdrive? I don't even know. I just thought that was interesting because the very first time I put this in low gear, it was low. It was way down there. It's just, as you can see, the dash has seen some better days. The headliner's seen some better days. But you know what? This thing drives remarkably well, and wait till you see how many miles are on this thing. Look at that, even the door closes nice and tight. We got this wood stake bed on the back here. I actually really like this. It's got a real farm truck look to it. It's kind of cool. They did some LED light upgrades on the back, so they're nice and bright. The wiring is a sight to behold. I'm not going to deny that, but it's definitely something that someone could fix up or tidy up a little bit. The truck itself, while it looks a little bit rough, definitely is not coated in or covered in rust that's damaging any of the frame components. It's just got some surface rust on there, but outside of that, it's not too bad. Even these tires are actually wearing okay. For a vehicle with a solid front axle, that's pretty good. Now, the body of the vehicle when it comes to rust is a little bit different story, but the frame and all that other good stuff, still fine. This is a custom seat that allows you to store things here. You don't need a door pocket or anything else when you've got a little pocket here to keep things. Yeah, we hop on in. Horn doesn't work, but don't worry, it was upgraded. And here's the best part about this entire truck. 428,052 miles. That is just outstanding. I love it. Aftermarket stereo. There's a bunch of aftermarket stuff on this truck that I don't even know how it works. I'm not even going to mess around with it. But now, for the moment you all, I'm sure, have been waiting for, let's fire up this, of course, original 5.9 12 valve Cummins diesel engine. Look at that. I have to actually stick the clutch in. How fun is that? Put it in neutral, and let's fire this puppy up. Golly, there is something so satisfying about hearing a Cummins diesel start up and idle like that. It's just, I just love it. It's great. Let's pop the hood here and take a look under this hood and see what other surprises await us. Hey, you know what? Before we do that, let's take a look at the exhaust. What do we have here? Yeah. My only concern would be it getting the differential a little bit hot, but I suppose if you're moving Now let's take a look under the hood. Yeah. That is just beautiful. Look at how simple everything is on this engine. The turbocharger's right there. Your oil filter's right there. Alternator, water pump, the exhaust manifold, the injection pump. Everything is just super easy to get to on this engine. Again, I don't know who does all the wiring here, but this is quite interesting. Here's your little horn, and you can see our engine oil dipstick tube here. It's your factory grab handle for the dipstick tube. This is just awesome. I love it. What do you do when your cooling fan quits working? Just kind of secure it. And the air conditioning does work. That was the thing that surprised me the most, is the air conditioning still works in this thing. That's awesome. Nice cool air coming out of the vents on this old truck. Now this truck does have an issue with the transmission. It grinds a little bit when it's under load. You guys will be able to hear that in this video. Because this gentleman was nice enough to let me make a video of his truck, I'm gonna go put some fuel in it for him. So let's go take it for a drive. And what better way to start off than in granny low? Not 4 low, but low on the shifter here, like this. Throttle response like none other. It's just fun. Hear that transmission noise? I'm pretty sure it's transmission noise at least. That's the problem that we've got with the truck. So one thing I noticed about the way this fuel filler neck is set up, it doesn't really have a way for the fuel to easily get into the fuel tank being gravity fed. See how it's kind of level here? So when you squeeze the lever to fill it up, it kicks off immediately. So I haven't quite mastered this yet, but I guess you just kind of have to fill it very slowly, I guess. Because as you can see in there, all those bubbles come back up and then it kicks the pump off because it thinks it's full. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna do this, but I guess it's just gonna take some time. I'll have to just fill it bit by bit here, just by hand. Where are we at now? We're barely at 1.2 gallons. So that should bring the fuel gauge up a little bit. I put about 7.5 gallons in it, $20. Maybe I'm just not doing something right, but it took me several minutes because I had to hold the fuel nozzle and not turn it on all the way. I couldn't just let it sit there. So anyway, a little bit of a learning experience. Well, let's fire it back up and head on back. Ultimate throttle response. Check it out. Miracles of all miracles, though. The freaking air conditioner works. The air conditioning does actually work. Oh, that don't need to wait for a Mercedes. Wide open throttle run? Oh yeah! So I gotta say that in conclusion, I enjoyed driving this truck. It's got a ton of miles on it. It's not in the best cosmetic shape, but you know what? It was fun. It's got the manual transmission. It's got that old legendary Cummins diesel engine in it that everyone loves so much. It's got everything that an old classic truck should have. And as an added bonus, working AC. You can see the water dripping there from under the truck. So I liked it. This was fun. So there you go, guys. Hope you enjoyed the little ride. And I'll see you in the next video.